Hey everyone, how you doing? Welcome back to Bear's Workshop. We are still working on the Polaris. We're waiting on parts. We just had some parts come in. Here's the Polaris right here. You can see that it's in a state of disarray. We have it off to the side because we had some concrete work done a couple days ago. We're waiting for this to cure up. It's good enough to walk on, as you can see we have, but we replaced a section of concrete with a 6-inch slab so that we can put in a 2-post car lift. And we also added some concrete out here so that we stop tracking in mud. Installed a dog or two right there, and so now we have a little patio, or not really a patio, but a place for our stuff. So we did get in a tire, which is sitting here in the back. So we have our new tire, and not very exciting, but it's just a tire. But we also have a box, and I don't know what's actually in this box, but I know it's some parts. I think it might be the control arms. So let me mount you up on the tripod, and we'll open that up together and see what we got in there. Okay, so what I got to do is I'm hoping these are the control arms. I'm trying to get in touch with somebody who could weld a new plate in, or bracket, and then we can actually get started with these things. We still have to take out the drive shaft assembly and clean out the hub from where the drive shaft broke, but we'll do that probably a little bit later in this video. So looks like we have our new control arms. Yay! That looks really good. We could probably get these prepped up with, well, we're waiting on the ball joint rings. We're going to reuse the ball joints because they seem really good. Just throw that on the floor. See what else is in here. Another control arm. This one looks like the upper. And we'll get that unwrapped a little bit later. I'm sure you guys don't want to watch that. And that is all that's in there. I thought there was going to be a little bit more. I'll have to check my parts list. But next up, we're going to we got to get some more parts in, and we got to get the drive shaft out and the hub assembly. So we're going to probably get working on that next. Okay, quick edit. There was when I was picking up the stuff, there was something else in here. This is the stabilizer bar. Just a little piece that goes from the stabilizer up to something else, and this is just all wrapped up in here, just like a little wishbone, or dog bone I should say. But that's the 3 pieces that we got in today. I think the other pieces are coming in a couple of days. Okay, so here's our hub assembly that came off. Here's where the drive shaft broke in the back. I assume it broke, but all this comes as part of the new drive shaft assembly. So we're going to just be taking this out, making sure we don't find any other damage on this. There was a thing called a scraper that goes right here. That was broken. First thing we're going to, so that's been ordered also. So first thing we're going to do is take out the cotter pin. Okay, we got the rest of the drive shaft out. We have a washer and a nut left over. I'm going to leave them on here, put them in the junk parts, just because I don't want to lose the nut and the washer. But we've got our hub with our caliper and our rotor, and hopefully I did not hurt the rotor too much. Just I had to put it in that vise pretty tight. Obviously I put the rag here to protect the surface after I already scored it up a little bit, but I think it's going to be okay. I'm just going to go ahead and bring it over the other table now. Okay, right now we've got everything out. We're just going to spray it down a little bit, get some of the dirt off of it, just so it's a little bit cleaner for when we reassemble it. Looks fairly clean in there. I'm gonna stick some cloth in here so it stays clean until we get the until we're ready for reassembly. This will keep gunk out of it. And there's just some old things that dried out, so looks appropriate for this. Hey everyone, we got some more parts to unbox here. Over here we have a drive shaft assembly, the half drive shaft I believe. In this box, big box, I believe we are looking at our side panel for the RZR, and in this box it should be just about the rest of the parts that we need. The only thing I don't know is what's in everything. So we're going to open them up and get them ready for install. We probably have to get a couple things prepped. Not sure what. I know we might have a rim in there. But hold on, let's get a knife and let's open this up. Yes, we have some stuff. Paper. Lots of little bags. I see some rings, clamp rings. Okay, this here's the ring for the ball joint. Should be two of them in here. Bunch of washers. There's another one for the ball joint. Got some nuts. And a bag of quantity of 10. And a couple of washers with O-rings on them. And another bolt over here that I found moving around. Yeah, I'm not sure which one that is, but I'm hoping that these are all the right parts. So I'm going to put them with the rest of our good part. And let's see what else. There's a box in here. I believe that this is the ring. This is our rim. Hey. Nice shiny new rim. We have the tire. We'll have to get it mounted. Oh, there should be a valve stem. I think that was in that small bag that valve stem. I thought it was a bolt and a nut, but it's a valve stem. Should be our lower rocker panel. It is. Beautiful. We're going to leave this covered up, leaving the plastic, put it with the parts. We are almost ready to put all those parts on. I've got someone supposed to come out tomorrow and weld up a new bracket for the control arm. And we'll see how that goes. It's going to manufacture a new bracket right here. It's a mobile welding. And here is our drive shaft, which our drive shaft cap, which that looks pretty good. Go ahead and put this with the rest of the parts. Smells new. Okay, this is awesome. We're getting there. So that was, I'm still missing one piece, I believe, but we are ready to get our ball joints and our O-rings. Let me get those over here. So I've got my ball joint press set up. I'm going to try and press it into here. Okay, so we've got the control arms all ready. The ball joints are put in properly. I shouldn't say they were put in properly. They're put in the way that they should be after I put them in incorrectly on the upper control arm twice, just for practice. So now I'm really good at it. This is the lower. I'm going to have to replace this ball joint at some point just because the boot's off. I've got all the bushings out and replaced and put into these. They were all slid in, just pressed in fairly easy, except for one actually had a circular pin on the upper control arm. There's a shorter shaft. It's about half the distance, and it only has one bushing in it, and that one was held in by a ring. All the rest of these just pressed in very easily. So the welder is going to be here in a couple hours, so we want to make sure that we have all this correct. I've got the bushings in. There's another set of bushings that go in here that make it just a little bit wider. So we'll get that situated. That'll happen when he's in there. Otherwise, they just fall right out. And then we'll get he's going to make a new bracket. Hopefully, he's going to let us film this, and we'll be able to take a look at it. He's going to use a plasma cutter, make a new bracket, take off the old one that's blown out, weld it on. He says it's going to be somewhere between $250 and $300. So let's see how that works out. So the welder was a super cool guy by the name of Rick Schultz. He runs his own fabrication business, and here he is taking a look at what needs to be done, lining up the upper control arm. Real nice guy, very talkative, very friendly, was explaining everything that he was doing, told me about his experiences. Enjoyed talking with him and hanging out with him for an hour or so while he did all this. He also let me use his plasma cutter. Why? I don't know. I guess I have a trusting look and didn't look like I was going to zap anybody. But here we can see I'm going to get on the plasma cutter here in a moment and cut a couple pieces out, or cut a piece out, just to see how it works. He swears by his life I need to get one.
Look at that. How many telemarketers calls you getting today right now? Open enrollment
About
is
10.
now available.
That was one right now.
Check that out, bro.
It's perfect.
It's back to going fucking straight up and down.
That's better than $2,000 for the new frame. Okay, so the welding is all done. The upper control arm is in place. But I'm going to take it off because we still have to paint that area there, and this bracket. There it is, the new bracket in all of its glory, and it looks pretty good. He put another piece on top of it, welded that together with the blown out one, and yes, that was the blown out one. You can't even see where it was blown out, but we're going to take that off, going to paint it. We are still waiting on this piece right here. It's on back order, not sure how long it's going to be. I'm going to start looking into finding another place to get it at, because it's on back order from Polaris. It had no ship date whatsoever, and it's been a bit of time. So that's where we're at on that. We are also missing what's called a scraper. It's this piece right here. I assume it's there to scrape dirt off before it gets to the brakes. It's called a scraper. I think that's what it does. So that's where we're at. Welding's all done. All the parts are here except for that one steering assembly. All the control arms got their ball joints in. Got their bushings are right here. Just laying around waiting to be put back together. So that's what we're doing right now. Just playing a waiting game, and then we'll have the next video when the steering assembly comes in. Other than that, that's it for today. Thanks for watching.